Okay, so you can't take me anywhere without finding a jug. I love jugs. Today we're going to a walking market, which is about half an hour away from us. I think there are going to be quite a lot of craft stalls and non-bric-a-brac type stalls, but we're still hoping for some general household stalls and some of the things that we generally look out for. So we're going to take you along with us and let's see what we can find. So, to begin with, we went round a number of stalls and there really wasn't a lot for us, and we were beginning to wonder Had we wasted our time? Should we have gone to a bigger sale? As I said before in the beginning, there was going to be quite a lot of craft stalls there. There were also lots of tombolas and raffles and stalls where they were selling newer items. So we felt a bit dejected for about the first half an hour. But then we started to find stalls that were more of our thing, more second-hand items, more household clear-outs. And we came across a row of about 3 houses, and they had lots of really nice stuff. And they had things that both my husband and I were interested in, vintage items, toys, books, media. So yeah, our spirits were lifted suddenly, and I found these lovely curtains. So this is the pattern. They were only £2. I think they were £2, might have been 3. And I couldn't see any kind of a label in it. They looked like they were altered or bespoke. The edges looked like that. So I really wasn't sure on the make, but I knew from experience that they were vintage, and I knew that this kind of pattern is desirable, so they were well worth the £2. And I want to say thank you to Sarah Resells, who messaged me to let me know that these are made by Dorma. They're from their Country Diary collection, and having done a bit more research, it turns out that this pattern is Country Meadow. So that's great. Dorma are a really good quality brand. They're very sought after, and this kind of pattern is always going to sell with the whole cottagecore trend. So I came away from that stall feeling really pleased that I'd found something, and it turns out it's a good quality item that I'm going to list for about £20 to £25. So one of my favourite pickups of the day is this jug. It is Emma Bridgewater, and the pattern is Rose and Bee. You can see just a singular little bee just there. Show you the bottom. I was always going to pick this up because I know that Emma Bridgewater is very collectible, and as soon as I saw it my eyes lit up. It was only £2, a whole £2, and having got it home and done a bit of research, absolutely delighted to know that they sell for about £50. So yeah, so one of my favourite pickups because it's beautiful, but also because it has a really good resale value. I do love a jug. I do love a jug. Ooh, my voice echoes. Yeah, and this one turns out to be by Burslem. It's Albany and Harvey. Made in England. That's the stamp on the bottom. It's got quite a lot of wear to it. Having done some research, it turns out that this particular brand were very popular around the first half of the 20th century. So I've seen similar items dated 1920s, 1940s. So it's difficult to know where to date this one, but yeah, definitely early part of the last century. It's not quite as beautiful or as shiny as it used to be, and it would have been part of a really lovely set. And so there's probably not a huge amount of value back in this, but I love it, and I'm going to try for about £15. Somebody did suggest that we use the keyword bargeware because it just has that kind of look to it and might appeal to that kind of buyer. I think it would definitely appeal to the boho market. So yeah, I'm going to try about £15 back on it. As you can see inside, it is actually ceramic, even though it looks metal and sounds metal, but it is actually a ceramic item which has like a silverware luster painted over it. So it's a really lovely piece. I'm quite fond of it, so if it doesn't sell, I won't be too sad about it. Okay, next is nothing particularly special, but it is a box of Pimpernel coasters. It only has the lid though, it didn't have the second part of the box. But the coasters themselves are in beautiful condition. They're all scenes from Exmoor. And yeah, just in really lovely condition, hardly used. And the box was just £1, so I picked those up, and they should be about a £10 return on them. These are really sweet. I do love a brass animal, and this is a set of 3 owls. They're not hugely heavy, so I don't think that they're solid brass. You can hear them rattling inside as well, but they should fetch about £12 to £15 back on them, and they're just really, really cute, aren't they? They're going to look lovely on someone's shelf. Shame I've got 3 hands and I can show you them all together. Let's see. And keeping with the brass theme is these really sweet little brass hooks that you can hang your keys on. If I was to resell them, they would fetch around £10, let's say. £12 tops, but I'm thinking that this is actually something we're going to keep and use for ourselves. And then I found another set of vintage hooks. These are slightly bigger than the key hooks, and they're made of bamboo. Yeah, they can be used for hanging coats in the hallway or towels in your bathroom, and very much like the jugs, I can't pass by anything that's wicker or bamboo because I just love it. And we're thinking of moving house soon, so I had in my head that if I couldn't sell it, then I would definitely get some use out of this and use it probably in the hallway of our new house. But actually it turns out that these have a resale value of between £40 and £50, so I don't think I'm going to be keeping them. I think I'm going to be selling them at that resale value, and I hope I don't regret it. One of my favourite things to buy recently is vintage bedding, and I found this gorgeous vintage St Michael duvet set. So this is what the duvet cover looks like. It has a lace frill around the edge of it. The back has more of a kind of a ditzy floral print to it, and the pillowcases are very similar. So you have this pattern to the front, and then the reverse is the same as the reverse of the duvet cover, with the lace trim to it. There are 4 pillowcases, and the duvet cover is quite large, so I'm not sure if it's a double or a king size. I haven't measured that yet, but it should fetch about £20 to £30, and it's just gorgeous. I just love it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and it wouldn't fit in with our style, so it's not something that I would keep, but I think this is very saleable, and it's definitely one of my favourite things that I found. Okay, I have saved the best until last. On one of the stalls, Nick was busy looking through the toys and the media, and there really wasn't that much that caught my eye or anything that I was particularly interested in. So I was just standing back waiting for him, and then I noticed this. It was just tucked to the side of the table, not very visible, and I thought, oh, and picked it up. It was just one roll of wallpaper. So of course I had that thought of, is it really worth picking up one roll of wallpaper? Who's going to want just one roll of wallpaper? What can you do with that? But it was Cath Kidston. I find it very hard to pass by anything that's Cath Kidston, and I think that people do want just one roll. Either they need to repair damage to a wall that's already got this paper on it, or they just want it for a small feature wall. There could be many reasons that somebody just wants one roll of wallpaper. So I thought, wow, if it's cheap enough, I'll give it a go. I asked her and she said £3, and I said, would you accept £2? And she said, oh, go on then. I mean, we were buying lots of other stuff from her as well. Nick had an armful of media and toys and stuff that he was buying. So yeah, so I got this for £2. And then we got it home and we looked up its value on eBay, and they're selling for about £70. Nearly fell off my chair when I saw that. I just couldn't believe it. £70 for a roll of wallpaper. Originally it was only £25. So I had no idea that somebody would pay that much for a roll of wallpaper. But people do, apparently. They've sold. So that's how much I'm going to list it for. Keep your fingers crossed for me. And lastly is this absolutely beautiful vase. I say it's beautiful. It's completely objective, obviously. Somebody else might think that was horrible, but I saw it and thought, that's really stunning. I really love the abstract nature of it. It's very arty. I can just see that sitting in somebody's very minimalist, arty house. So I picked it up. It was £3, and the inscription on the bottom is lapid, made in Israel. So I'm assuming lapid was the design, and it is hand painted by Anat, and it's got a number as well. So all of those things indicated to me that this was worth picking up. This is something that could likely be collectible. It's something that has some value, even though, of course, I've never seen anything like this before, so I didn't know how much value it had. So £3 was well worth it, even if I only got £10 back on it, even if I decided to keep it because I rather like it. The thing that I really love doing more than anything is picking something up that I don't really know much about and taking a chance on it for not much money, and then taking it home and learning about it. So I'm always willing to take a chance on something if it's not very expensive, just for that, so that I can go away and expand my knowledge. And I really love spending the time researching all the items that I've bought when I get home. So if you're like me and you love doing the research and you love finding out about new items, then that's definitely the way to go. You're not losing very much, and you're definitely gaining quite a lot. So that's what I did. I came home and I researched it, and my jaw dropped to the floor. I will insert a screenshot for you right now, I think here maybe, so you can see just how much the Lapid collection has been selling for on eBay. So I'm going to try for £150. Whether I get that, I don't know. I will keep you informed. If you follow me on Instagram, link is below, I'll probably post an update or two on there if it sells, and I'll let you know how much I did get for it eventually. But it is vintage Israeli pottery, and I'm feeling quite hopeful about it. Watch this space. So thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you do like this kind of video, then please let me know below. We've got a few different jumble trails and yard sale trails coming up throughout the summer, so I can definitely do more of these type of videos. If you've got any suggestions on how maybe I can improve on them, or ways that I could do them differently, then I'm always open to suggestions. And I will see you again in another video very soon. Take care for now, everyone. Bye.